Hi everyone, good morning. So we will continue definitions. So next definition is aggregation. All these definitions are very important. Aggregation. So aggregation is summing of something, right? So example is aggregating of your marks. So nothing but your semester marks, combining of your semester marks. So in the aggregation in the SIM tool meaning here, collection of the logs from the different types of log sources and also different types of locations. Okay, so that is nothing but gathering the total number of EPS count. So that is called aggregation. So maybe your headquarters is there in Bangalore, maybe branch offices are there in Chennai. Okay, so Mumbai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, and so on. In that scenario, whatever remote branch offices are there, those logs we have to collect it to Bangalore location and we have to send it to the Bangalore location. So from there, we have to do the correlation rules and use case implementation and monitoring all these different types of logs from the our headquarters Bangalore. So whenever any alerts will come, so SM tool will generate the alert notification or incidents in the Bangalore SIM tool. Then we can go and we can do the respective incident investigation. So that is called aggregation. So aggregation meaning here, collection of the logs from the different types of log sources. Example, firewall, proxy, IDS, IPS, okay, antivirus, DLP, encryption, all the cloud logs, all the server logs. So whatever log sources we have in our organization level. So that's called all the log sources. That is entire question also, as I said yesterday. Okay, all those log sources and also from different locations. In case if our organization contains single location, then single location only we have to collect the logs. If our office location contains the multiple locations, obviously that is called distributed. So distributed locations logs also we have to collect wherever our headquarters is located. So all those logs we have to send it to those headquarters. So that is called aggregation basically. How we can define now? Collection of log sources from different types of log sources and also different locations. Yeah, so that is called aggregation. Here different types of log sources meaning here whatever log sources are there in our organization level. So you know already what are the different types of log sources every organization will maintain. So I given already examples: networking side, security side, okay, so application side, cloud side, infrastructure side. So classification wise, so all those different types of log sources and different locations. So in case if our organization is located in a single location, then we can anyway obviously we'll collect from all those log sources. Or if it is located in multiple locations like a distributed deployment, then in that scenario we'll collect from the multiple locations as well. So that collecting all those locations using different types of log integration methods. So log integration methods we have examples syslog or maybe collector agent or maybe WMA method, MSRPC, cloud connector, API. So there are more than 6 to 7 methods are there. Those log integration methods we will use to integrate or to send the logs to common location. That is called aggregation. So example of log sources, you know already, firewall, EDR, WAF, load balancer, router. This entire question, guys, switches, DLP, servers, applications, and so on, cloud. So that is the example of log sources. So many are there. So in the similar way, locations wise. So example, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, So that is from the different locations wise. So that is called aggregation. Next one is normalization. The normalization meaning here scaling of the log into common log. So our rescaling of the log is called normalization. Rescaling of the log called as normalization. This is one of the definition we have. And also one more definition we have. One more definition is the processing of the log into a readable and structured format. And also mapping them. Okay, so this one more definition. There are two definitions for the normalization. One is rescaling of the log. What is meant by rescaling of the log? I will give some of the practical general example in our day-to-day. So X user has this normalization nowadays. Every organization is doing because of the recession, because of the other economic factors are going down and so on. So example, maybe they defined initially our company objective and goal as a $100 billion to wants to achieve. In case because of economic growth issues or foreign direct investment or foreign direct policies and so on, if you are not able to achieve that whatever initially defined the okay, so whatever objective and goal of the organization, how to achieve the profits and goals, they will do normalization once again, rescaling. So that in that scenario, reducing from $100 billion to maybe $90 billion. How the profit we want to achieve. That is called one type of normalization and the business point of view. One more point I will explain. This is easy way to explain. X user has a salary of example, maybe 20 lakhs. Okay. So this is every organization normally will do. Y user has maybe 10 lakhs. So at the time of performance appraisal, at the time of salary hike, at the time of performance appraisal or salary hike, example, our financial year from April to March. So they will start from January to till the filling of the performance appraisal sheets and one-to-one sessions with the manager and so on. This is what will happen. Finally, they will give some X rating. Okay, from X rating, so and so percentage. So X user, they will give approximate, maybe consider 5%. What do you mean normalization I'm explaining now? So Y user, they will give 10%. X user, 20 lakhs of 5%, how much? 20 lakhs of 5%, how much? 20 lakhs of 5%, how much?
1 lakh.
1 lakh. So his salary will become 21 lakh. So now 10 lakhs of 10%. 1 lakh. Yeah. So 11 lakhs now. So this is called normalization. They want to keep everyone is happy, but what people will think, they will think like, okay, so I got more salary. So sorry. So Y user will think like I got more salary. So and X user will think I got less salary. They gain only 5%. So here they are doing this is called normalization basically. whoever has the salary high, for those people, they will give very less percentage. And whoever has the salary is less, for those people, they will give high percentage. But everything is a common. Now you can see differences between increment 20 to 21 lakhs, 1 lakh, 10 to 11 lakhs, 1 lakh only. So, but here they will give 10%, meaning here 10% here. So then it will become 22 lakhs, right? So this is the way how normally corporate IT will think. Corporate will think always. So this is a way is called, whatever process we are defining, this is called normalization. Everybody we have to give same kind of percentage. Okay. So one person only, maybe they will go very high. Remaining all other persons, they will do normalization. Okay. In the same as this same process, you can apply here also. Maybe one of the log event, raw log. Consider 100 KB, 1000 KB. Okay. So one of the another raw log one is 500 KB. So now what these SIEM tools will do? So compression, yesterday we were discussing compression, right? So 1:10 or 1:15 or 1:17. So compression meaning here structured format. Everything it should be like a same structured format, and also they will readable format. Okay. So here rescaling of the log or structured format they will make, and finally they will make unique format like 750 KB. So this is called, so 1000 KB they will squeeze, it will become as a 750 KB. Raw log of 500 KB they will stretch, then it will become 750 KB. So everything will come as like a structured format. The structured format is called normalization. It's a one type of compression. That compression can be understood by our SIM tool. So this is called normalization. So there are two different types of logs. One is raw log, one is normalized log or parsed log. Okay. So normalization and also parsing is hand in hand. Normalization and also, so this is whatever log is there, this is called raw log. I already told you this one. This is called raw log. So SIM tool will not understand this raw log. SIM tool will understand only, okay, so structured format of the log as well as, okay, so SIM tool understandable format. So once this log will go to SIM tool, it will convert that raw log to, so normalized log and also parsed log. The parsed log is nothing but our SIM tool understandable format. That format is structured format. That structured format only will call common event format. Okay. So now next one is parsing. So next definition is parsing. This is entire question. Parsing is entire question. So this one converting raw log into SIM tool understandable format. That format is structured format or common event format. Conversion of raw log into SIM tool understandable format. So normally SIM tool understandable format is called CEF, common event format. Okay, whatever different types of raw logs are coming, those different types of raw logs can be converted into SIM tool readable or understandable format is called as common event format. Parsing. So for parsing, we need requirement, parsers development, couple of times application logs especially. So application logs and also product logs, it's very difficult to do the parsing part. Why? Because it will not support to syslog method, it will not support to BSD method, it will not support to JPEG, CSV, XML. Okay, so there are different types of formats will be there. So application formats, we don't know couple of times because we are developing our own applications. We are developing our own product. Okay. So those logs, we cannot do the format. In that scenario, vendor, they have their own R&D team. So nothing but SIM tool development team will be there. Even if you are providing our custom, application logs or product logs to the respective vendor, vendor will do the parsers. That is called parsers development. Parser development. So as I said the last time also, sometimes fine tuning we have to do. Fine tuning. Fine tuning meaning here, whatever this raw log is there, all the fields will be missed out. All the fields will be missed out. Maybe now you can see so many fields are there. So example, 20 fields are there. 20 fields will be missed out. Only 10 fields we can see once that log is coming to SIM tool. Maybe computer is missing. Computer name is missing. Nothing but host name or maybe system name. IP address is missing. Then how can you classify whether it is internal instance or external instance? Which machine has that alert is received? Without knowing the computer name or host name or IP address, how can you classify that one is internal attack or external attack? Compulsory, that is required. That should be parsed. That information we have to see. In the raw log, yes, we are able to see. Unfortunately, parse log, we are not able to see. Okay. Even log source also missing. There is no other option. So in that case, whatever raw logs are there, so we have to take those raw logs and we have to raise a ticket with the vendor. So stating that lot of fields are missing. So just you can develop the parsers. Then they will use some of the programming languages and they will develop the parsers. Okay, that's called parsing. Once they will do parsing, whatever this raw log is there, that can be understood by SIM tool. And finally, all the fields will be appear. Okay, so that is called basically one type of implementation. Fine tuning, okay, troubleshooting of the logs, all these will fall under the SIM tool implementation. So this is what will happen initially whenever any SIM tool we are deploying in the respective organizations. Immediately it will not become stabilization. As I said earlier also, it will take approximate 6 weeks to 15 weeks to become SIM tool or SOC operations stabilize. And continuously we have to improve our process, continuous improvement. So coming back, what are the different types of log formats we have? Okay, so examples of raw log format. BST, syslog is also one of the log format. CSV, XML, okay, JPEG. So these are the different types of log formats. All these different types of log formats can be converted into which format? Common event format. This common event format only, so SIM tool will understand. Interrogation, what is CEF? What is CEF? Interrogation, common event format. Okay, these are all the different types of log format. These different types of log formats can be converted into common event format. Then only SIM tool will understand. So what is CEF? Common event format. Common event format also we can define as same. So different types of logs also has different types of log formats. All those log formats can be readable and structured and also can be understood by SIM tool. That format is called common event format. Okay. Indirectly, combination of both normalization as well as parsing. Okay. Couple of times in the interview, they will ask, do you know how to develop the parsers? Couple of times in the interview, do you know how to develop the parsers? Developing of the parsers, whether we are developers to develop the parsers using Java, C, C++, and other programming languages. You can say the answer, I don't know how to develop the parsers, but I can review the whatever raw logs it contains and parser log it contains. In case any parser log doesn't contain all the fields, I will raise a ticket with the vendor and vendor will support on this one. Okay. So that is what you have to give the answer. First, I will review my side. So whether all the fields are reflecting in the parser log or normalized log. In case logs are not reflecting, then I will take those logs and I will raise a vendor. I will raise a case with the vendor, support case with the vendor. So here I will provide interview questions later. All these are interview questions only, each and every topic whatever we are discussing. Next one is common event format, CEF. Every vendor, they will call it as a common event format except IBM QRadar. Okay. Every vendor is called as a common event format except IBM QRadar. IBM QRadar, they will call it a LEAF, LEF, LEAF. Light extended event format. Light extended event format, LEAF. So that we can discuss at the time of IBM QRadar discussion. So same thing here, converting of different types of log sources, raw log format to unique format, structured format, SIEM tool understandable format is called as CEF, common event format. Okay, so SIEM tool will understand common event format only. See, this is okay. This is well and good. It's fine now. Example, firewall logs or proxy logs or cloud logs, we are not able to understand the raw log. Even we are not able to understand as a security analyst, as a user. In that scenario, if you are doing the parsing, we can analyze easily. So not only just SIEM tool purpose, even user friendly. What is mean by user friendly? User has to understand. That is called user friendly, right? Security analyst. Who is the user here? Security analyst. That security analyst has to analyze. So everything is coming as a payload and couple of piece of written code, couple of HTML or any other scripting programming languages, whether we are able to understand of the raw log. No, we are not able to understand. In that scenario, so this parsers development we will use to convert the raw log to the common event format as a normalized log, as a parsed log. Okay, so this is okay, this is fine, this is easily understandable. So especially cloud logs, application logs, product logs, firewall, proxy, all those different types of logs, sometimes we are not able to understand. So especially the payload, piece of written code, what exactly the piece of written code contains. So then the raw log can be converted into SIEM tool tradable format that security analyst as also should be understand. Then they have to analyze. So that is called. One more thing here, unknown, as I said, unknown log format also will be there. So unknown log format will be used for parsers development. Example, application product, I told you already. You are developing another application today. If you don't know what is the exactly log format, so in that scenario, as a support case, we will raise with the vendor. After analyzing that one, they will use some of the programming languages. Then they will convert that unknown log format to known log format by using parsers development. So that is called customized parsers development. Customized parsers development. So unknown log format. Other than these are all the different types of log formats. Couple of times, if you don't know any unknown log format, in that scenario, we have to use the parsers development. unknown log format can be converted into known log format using process development. Example, customized application logs, customized product logs. Yeah. So that is about process development. This process development who will do? This process development will be done by respect to vendor itself. Next one is filtering. Filtering where we have seen, already we have seen couple of locations where what is my filtering? Filtering is depending on several parameters. Okay. Filtering is depending on time, filtering is depending on the source IP, filtering is depending on destination IP and so on. Okay. So filtering meaning here, filtering based on the log source, filtering based on the user, filtering based on the host name, filtering based on the IP address, okay, location, okay, data source wise, and so on. That is called filtering. All these I will show you practically in the tool point of view. So what are definitions we are discussing? All those I will show you practically. So filtering is based on log source, time, data source, host name, IP address, source port, and so on. Okay. Example, we have seen one type of filtering in the Fortinet firewall. So monitor and log report not monitor, log and report option is there. So under log and report, we went and we downloaded packet capture file. Hope you remember. Okay. So I will show you otherwise. So filtering is several parameters, basically depends on several parameters, either based on the timestamp, either based on the host name, either based on the log source wise. Most of the cases log source wise we can do filtering. So here policies and log and report, forwarded traffic. So this is already one time we have done the filtering, still same thing it is showing. Now I remove the filter. You can see filter is based on the time. Okay. So 5 minutes, 1 hour, 24 hours, 7 days. Same is applicable to even same tool also. Okay. In the similar way, if you want to search based on the several parameters, this is what I mean by what our definition I given just now. This is applicable to even in the SIEM tool as well. So we have to go to the SIEM tool. We have to go to the log activity tab. Whenever any instant or any alert will come, if you want to do the manual analysis in case in the alert, all those logs are not reflecting in the properly. So we have to filter based on these type of fields. So this is applicable to events SIEM tool also, either based on the date and time. Okay, example, date and time. So when the instant is received, what is the respect to date and time? So that alert time, in that alert time, we have to see which time that alert is received. That time we have to specify here. We are filtering based on the time now. Okay, in the similar way. So this is one type of filtering now. Based on the time I am doing the filtering. So and so date and time I provided. So remove this date and time. So now based on the source, example log source. This is source IP anyway, but in SIEM tool log source wise, whether that alert is received from the firewall, whether that alert is received from the domain controller, okay, whether that alert is received from web application firewall, and so on. So we have to filter out. So to do the manual analysis, basically log analysis, we will use the filtering option. So now you can say what is the definition. Filtering is based on the date and time. Filtering is based on the several parameters. So to drill down what happened and to analyze what happened whenever any instant or any alert is received, that is called filtering. Okay. So I'll put that one also. To drill down analysis of instant investigation. So next one is querying. So querying general way, if you don't know something, obviously what we will do, we will go and we will ask Google, right? So maybe any search engine, not only just Google, maybe any search engine like maybe Bing or maybe Google or maybe Yahoo or maybe some other. So querying means asking, formal way of asking question is called querying. Example, I don't know so-and-so address. I don't know couple of tools names. So then I can go and I can give a query in the Google or maybe Yahoo or maybe Bing or some other search engines. Then finally, so these are all the different types of search engines will give the results what your query asked. Okay. So that is nothing but solution now. So asking a question and getting the information is called querying. Okay. Formal way of asking a question and getting the response is called as querying. So for this one, we will use different types of query languages. Different tools will use different types of query languages. Example, IBM QRadar. It will use AQL backend. All these are backend process. AQL, SQL or PGSQL. ARL query language, structured query language, or Postgres structured query language. Okay. So forget about ACL, it will use PGSQL. Postgres structured query language. Okay, what is the full form? ARL query language and PGSQL. So enter a question this one. In IBM QRadar, what are the different as backend databases, and also it will use what are the different as query languages? AQL or PGSQL, ARL query language, PostgreSQL language. So if you are doing the query, it is simple. In IBM QRadar, it is very simple, guys. Just only everything is drop down list. So Splunk will use SPL programming language, Splunk programming language. Last night, one of the person is attended client round. Okay. So same question they asked this one. Splunk will use which type of programming language? Splunk programming language. Do you know how to write SPL queries? SPL means Splunk programming language. Okay. Splunk programming language. Do you know how to write queries using SPL? That is the question. I will give the answer within 2 minutes. Next one, most of the every vendor like McAfee, HP ArcSight, Logarithm, Exabeam, so many other vendors also will use SQL as a backend query language. SQL, structured query language. For this one, no need to write a SQL queries like whatever database team they will write a queries. It's a simple queries. So we have to write that one, especially these SIM tools. It's not like we should be like a database guy. Okay, everything is a drop down list. Are you writing any queries here now? If you want to get the data, this is also one type of querying only. Combination of both filtering and querying. So example, if I will select source device, source IP address, so 10.89.101.101, and if I'm applying here, backend it will use a query. Then only it will apply. So now I am using combination of both. One is filtering and backend is query. Okay, you no need to write any queries in the SIM tool except Splunk. Second one is Exabeam. Splunk and Exabeam, we have to write a queries. That's why most of the people will feel difficulty to attend the Splunk and Exabeam interviews. Okay, so understood, right? So once again, filtering and querying is a backend hand in hand. So HP ArcSight, next one is McAfee, Logarithm, IBM Curator, Azure Sentinel, okay, Alien Vault, PortSIM, all these, you no need to write any queries. Everything is like a user friendly. So just we have to go and we have to write a just drop down list everything. So here also example, I want to select 1 hour logs. It is one type of query backend. So based on that query only, these replication it will appear. Okay. So this is nothing but querying part. And also filtering. Filtering we are doing backend, it will use a query language to filter whatever data we requested. Okay. So as I said, Splunk, Exabeam. So these two vendors, we have to write a queries. How to write queries? Give me some time, I will explain. Next one, Azure Sentinel. So they will use KQL, Gustav query language. Gustav query language. Okay. So this is Azure Sentinel side. Azure Sentinel side, they will use Gustav query language to write the queries. Okay. So as I said, I will give note also. Except Splunk and Exabeam, remaining all other vendors, there is no need to write a queries. Everything drop down list. Drop down list means, right? Just whatever field it is required, just we can do the respective drop down and we can see. So example, this is drop down list. And based on that one, I can go and I can filter out and back and querying also will happen hand in hand. And finally, respective results will appear. Okay. So even firewall also will use, but in the interview point of view, they will expect in the SIM tool wise, couple of queries how to rise, even if you are going for this Splunk interview as well. So if you do you know SPL language? Yes, I know the SPL programming language. Okay. So then do you know how to write queries using SPL language? Yes, I know how to write SPL programming language queries. So example, how to write a queries. One of the alert related to brute force attack has come. Brute force attack is appearing from 1.1.1.1. Yeah, so this example brute force attack is coming from 1.1.1.1. That is the alert. Okay, so you identified whether it is internal attack or external attack based on this particular information. Internal or external? External.
External.
Right. Now what you have to do? So you have to go and you have to analyze how many times the attacker has done. So these type of trial and error method to guess the passwords. What is my brute force attack? So using probability, using trial and error method, attacker will guess the username and password is called brute force attack. For this one, if you want to write a query, so how to write? Example, we have to go to the search field option, like a Google search engine will be there. Same as it is for every other vendors also. One same like this search engine will be there. That's why Splunk and Exabeam is called as a search engine, similar to like a Google. Splunk, they will call it as a Google engine, search engine, Splunk engine. Exabeam also they will call data leak engine. Okay, similar to like, okay, so Google engine, how this search engine is called as? Same as it is. They will compare Splunk with Google, or maybe some other search engine. So in Google, whatever query you are giving, whatever question you are asking, how it will respond back. Same way, if you are asking a query, then Splunk tool will respond back based on our query. If you are writing a query wrong, then results will not appear, including comma, full stop, okay, Boolean algebra functions properly. Okay, writing a queries, Boolean algebra functions are very, very important. What are the Boolean algebra functions you know in mathematical wise? Boolean algebra functions.
Yes, yes.
Boolean algebra functions. And or not. Okay, mathematical operations are plus, minus, into, divided by, multiplication and divided by. So Boolean algebra functions and or not. These and or not Boolean algebra functions even can be used at the time of correlation rules creations or use case creation. Okay, so coming back now, if you want to write a query for this one, so now IP address equal to, so 1.1.1.1. That's all. So then whatever 1.1.1.1 related, so logs are reflected, all those logs will be appear. Okay. So that is the way how we can define. If you know additional information from which country, so this 1.1.1. is coming, go and see even country name also in the alert notification. Example, USA or Ukraine or Russia or maybe whatever it may be, or North Korea. So this attack is coming from one North Korea country. And so this IP address is 1.1.1. So now, you know, two permutations, you know, one is 1.1.1.1. Second one is country. So now which one you will use Boolean algebra function, and or not? Out of these three.
And
Yes. Yeah, we will use and. So country. So North Korea is a country name. Country equal to North Korea. So this is the way how to write queries, guys. Yeah, as I said, this is applicable to only which tool? Splunk and also Exabeam, only these tools. So they will give one of the documentation to you in the compliance page or any MS Word document. Example, you selected for so-and-so company. Example, consider Wipro itself. Your client belongs to maybe one of the healthcare industry from USA. In that scenario, after onboarding in a company or after onboarding in a client, so they will give that particular documentation wise also how to write a queries. One document will be there. Just copy paste. But interview point of view, yes, you have to clear. Okay, this is one of the way how to write a queries. Example, one more. So one of the DOS and DDoS. Attack is coming to one of the victim host name yapprod.com. So yapprod.com means what? Application server. It is a production server. So yapprod.com is a host name. Every host name has IP address. Every IP address has host name. Why we will provide a host name? Anyone? So already we are assigning IP address to every system it is available in the network. Numerical label or number assigned to each and every system is called as IP address. This is very basic question. Already we studied long back. Okay. So why we have to assign the host name or computer name or system name? Anyone? Why we have to assign the host name to every computer or every server or every database or every application and so on? What is the reason?
For communication.
Communication purpose, we will assign the host
Login,
name.
sir. Login.
To identification purpose.
Yeah.
To identification purpose. So if you don't assign the any host name or computer name, then how you will come to know that whether it is a server or a database or laptop or MacBook or workstation and where it is located and so on? It's a very difficult to identify, right? So whether it is server or whether it is database or whether it is one of the load balancer or whether it is a firewall. Okay. So example, this is host name for Fortinet firewall, fortigate.fortidemo.com. So they assign this for, okay, so easy identification purpose. Backend, they will assign one management IP also. Backend, they will assign one of the management IP also. For every system, normally for easy identification purpose, we have to assign the one of the name that is called either fully qualified domain name, FQDN, or system name, or host name, or computer name. So example, approd.com, meaning here application production server. Application production server. In the similar way, dev db.com. Anyone? What is
Development
dev?
database.
Excellent. DEB, development database. So this database server is related to one of the development server. In such a way, easy identification purpose, they will give the host names or fully qualified domain name. This also called a fully qualified domain name. So whenever any alerts are coming or whenever anything is coming for easy identification purpose, not only just for security team, this is common for even server team as well. So 1000 servers are there, how they can segregate 1000 servers based on what criteria? So one is OS. So one is OS means nothing but Red Hat Linux also same OS will be there. So one is Microsoft Windows, Microsoft OS. So 2012 maybe 10 servers are there. In the 10 servers also one sign if you want to segregate which server is belongs to which one, then we have to provide the host name or computer name or fully qualified domain name. Okay. So now if you want to filter out this one, anybody can guess what is the query we have to give now?
Host name is equal to
Host name equal to?
approd.com.
Yes, perfect. Host name equal to yapprod.com. So this is the way how we can write the queries. So as I said, every organization will maintain a queries in one of the Excel sheet or maybe one of the conference page or one of the Word document. So based on our query, so based on our alert, we have to write these queries. So I will give one more thing. So one of the very, very famous interview question they will ask, what is that one? In the query format wise, from past 24 hours, if you want to see authentication failure login attempts, login failure attempts from past 24 hours, if you want to see authentication login failure attempts in any SIM tool, otherwise in SIM tool, what will you do?
By
From
giving
past
ID
24,
4625.
yes. By giving the event ID 4625, they are testing whether you are aware of the event ID 4625 or not. So many login attempts failures are coming. So many login failure attempts come daily basis. So many login failure attempts will come daily basis, right? Out of those, all those logs, star is nothing but all logs. So star default log location or log default logs. How we can represent star? So star is nothing but all logs from this pool of the logs. All logs mean is nothing but pool of the logs or lake of the logs. So they are comparing with the lake or pool. Okay, pool of the logs or lake of the logs. If you want to filter, then we will write these queries, right? So example now, from all these so many millions and billions of the logs regularly it will come, right? Events per second. So nothing but 10,000 are coming, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 and so on. Per day itself, we will receive billions of the logs. From those billions of the logs, how we can represent? So star. From those billions of the logs or pool of the logs or lake of the logs, if you want to filter brute force related authentication login failure. First of all, authentication login failure attempts for Windows. This is applicable to only Windows. Application maybe event ID is different, or Linux event IDs may be different. This is for, I will specify that one also, Windows. So what is the event ID 4625 is belongs to? Windows authentication failure login attempt. Okay, so now you have to give event ID equal to 4625. So this is the way how to write query. It's entire question. This entire question. That means indirectly what they are testing to you, whether you are aware of Windows authentication login failure event ID or not. That is the first thing. Okay. So after that, you know how to write the query or not. There are two types of logical questions they are asking here. One is whether you are aware of the 4625 event ID, and also whether you are aware of how to write a query. So now this is coming to one of the user now. Tool to the user. Okay, so example, maybe we can give X user and IP address 10.10.10.10.1. So now event ID 4625 if are giving, so I will give another way, otherwise give me 1 second.
Sir, sorry for disturbing. I have one doubt.
Yes, please.
Yeah, the first one is there. Sir, brute force attack is appearing from 1.1.1. If that attack will come from two conditions now, so how can we write that query?
Two conditions here already you provided. No, two condition is one is IP address. Second condition is country.
If that attack come from two countries at a time, like North Korea and India, otherwise China. So
Or we have to give or yeah, or.
So, sir, we have two times at a time. We got that all the logs are we present in that the attack came from that brute force attack. It is for both countries. It is came. We know. So how can we write? So in condition is there. Country in
condition. No, country is not there. I think so, as per my opinion. But we have to use and is North Korea or. So we have to specify here itself or, and we have to specify the country. Once again, country name. Okay. So here
select only the one country, right?
Yeah. Now we have to give the here one more here. We have to give a query here. So total abbreviation here we have to give example. So South Korea. So additional query, and this is closing. Then overall subject is this is the way how to write. Okay, so and we are giving and country North Korea are, and here it is selecting two countries now. Here I'm putting the once again subset otherwise, and I'm closing with the subset. This is the way how to select. Understood, right? First you can verify these conditions.
Okay.
Country North Korea and South Korea. From there it will see and along with 1.1.1.1. This is the way how to write. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thanks.
welcome. So now default, sorry. Yeah, so this is once again, this is one of the very famous interview question. Windows authentication login failures for 24 hours. So this is one of the question logically they will ask. Here they are testing two things. One is event ID. Second one is even they if you know how to write the query or not. Okay. Second one, from 24 hours, same thing, same question, but in different way. Same as it is. To the user, SIEM tool to the user, X user, and IP address 1.1.1. Now pool of the logs, we want to filter out specific to brute force attack is coming from past 24 hours. Okay, so to the user, X user, and IP address is 1.1.1.1. So how we can write a query now? Same. So here brute force Windows authentication login failures, X user and also IP address. From full of the log, here it will give different types of users and different types of IP address from past 24 hours. Here so many users will be there, so many IP addresses will be there. From there, once again we are drilling down. Once again we are drilling down. Now here what we have to write, event ID 4625 and user,
Username
yeah, username X,
is equal to 1.
once again and
IP address.
yes. So this is the way. So they will give, as I said, complaints page or any Excel document or any Word document. So with the handy, and you have to copy paste everything. So how to write the queries also. So regularly we will receive more than 50 attacks, not even 50 attacks. Regularly we will receive 30 attacks. Those 30 attacks it will repeat continuously. Okay. So this is from this one now what you are filtering now or what you are querying now, from entire logs of the pools of the logs 4625, nothing but we are filtering out of Windows authentication failures related to brute force attack. From there and username for X user that belongs to IP address 10.10.10.1. Okay, so now 10.10.10.1 user name X Windows authentication login failures. Whether internal user is trying to do the brute force attack or external attacker has done IP spoofing attack, and on behalf of the end user, attacker is sending the, so any brute force related attacks, trial and error method of the authentication login failures. Okay, so as I said, this type of queries is applicable to which tool? Splunk, and also another tool is so Exabeam. These tools normally we will write these queries. So when you are writing a query, also automatically it will come drop down list. Example, if I'm clicking on the search button, how this button will come and it is appearing the multiple parameters. It is giving like a help, right? Same as it is, if you're writing the queries also, it will come automatically. What is the suggested field you are looking for? That suggestion also it will appear. That help also it will appear. Okay. So this is what last night interview question. Do you know how to write SQL programming languages? Yes, I know. You can give one or two examples. That is more than sufficient. Either you can give this one, or either you can this one, or you can give normally host name or anything is fine. Okay. So in the entire process of Splunk, only one thing is difficulty. That is nothing but this one only, writing the queries. But remaining all other thing is same other tool how we are doing investigation. IBM Curator, now McAfee, Logarithm, HP ArcSight, Elin Vault, okay, Portisim, remaining all other vendors. There is no need to write this concept at all. Everything like a drop-down list. So we have to choose and we have to identify the based on the IP address, based on the destination IP, based on the source port, based on the destination port, based on the timestamp, based on the log source. So that way we can either will give the query or either we can do the filtering part. Okay. So next one. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Apologies, guys. Next one is indexing part. Indexing meaning here grouping of different types of log sources or grouping of different types of events. Okay, so that is called indexing part. Grouping of different types of events or log sources. So here different types of events or different types of log sources meaning here. Example, in this scenario itself, we can consider. I want to group all the different types authentication failure login attempts. That is nothing but indexing part. So second one is I want to categorize or group. So this grouping is not only applicable to SIM tool, even EDR tool also will group all the different types of devices. All the laptops are one group, all the MacBooks are one group, all the servers are one group, all the firewalls are one group, and so on. In EDR tool will not group firewall because firewall is different. Okay, so all the laptop is one group. All the MacBooks are one group. All the workstations one group. All the desktops are one group. So why we have to group in EDR tool? To push the updates. So regularly we will generate the antivirus updates. So in that scenario, if you want to push those updates to the respect to laptop wise, MacBook wise, workstation wise, and desktop wise, even including server wise, we can push those updates. Here also same thing applicable. So here, if you want to group the similar type of log sources or maybe different types of log events, then grouping of those things is called as indexing. By default, every SIM tool vendor, okay, it will use a default indexing. Note, by default, every SIM tool vendor, it will use default indexing. If you want, you can use default indexing like a star, nothing but all logs. Otherwise, we can make a customized one also. That customized one, we no need to anything. Vendor will suggest for my organization what type of indexing is required. So example, all Windows Server logs, I want to group as a single entity. This is one type of indexing. All firewall logs, different multiple locations of the firewalls. We have more than 20 locations, 20 into 240 firewalls. If you want to group together all those 40 firewalls as a single entity, that is firewall log. In such a way, we can do indexing part. So far, whatever we discussed, so inter-equation is parsing. Parsing is inter-equation, normalization inter-equation. So these two are inter-equation and also common event format. Common event format is inter-equation. Parses development is inter-equation. Yeah, querying and indexing, they will not ask. So querying, they will ask indirect way, not direct way. So they will ask, do you know how to write queries? That is maybe one of the thing. And the second thing is, do you know SPL? If you are applying for dedicated Splunk programming, I mean Splunk vacancies. Do you know how to write a Splunk queries? Okay, that is one thing. And a couple of things they will give. And we have to write these Boolean algebra functions. And as I said, even if you want to write a use cases or correlation rule, so how your interview will start for any interview, you can consider that maybe L1 or L2 or L3. So walk me through your resume or explain about your roles and responsibilities. Or okay, so what is your current roles and responsibilities? This is the first question. Second question, obviously, recently what type of incident investigation you have done. And third question is, do you know how to create correlation rule? It's a pakka interview question, 100%. I will give damn sure. So these three are common for every interviews, guys. If you are these three things, you are giving proper answer, 100% they will take you. One is most recent incident investigation in the proper way. Second one is, do you know how to create a correlation rule or use case? Okay, so third one is your roles and responsibilities. Whenever you are explaining about roles and responsibilities, they will validate couple of parameters, whether you will fit for this role or not, whatever role we applied. That is the first thing. What is your communication skills? Whether communication skills are okay to survive in this particular role, whatever you applied, how much dare and confident you are saying. Okay, all those things they will see in the first. Tell me about yourself or your roles and responsibilities. Okay, and also technical point of view, whether whatever job vacancy we are looking for, whether you are able to fit into or not. Example, I will use some scenarios. You applied for vulnerability management. Okay, but you are explaining SOC operations. Whether they will take you, you are explaining SOC operations, but you are applied for the vulnerability management vacancy. You are giving roles and responsibilities SOC related. Whether will they take you? They will say like, you're working for SOC, but we are looking for vulnerability management. So we'll let you know the HR feedback. What the final feedback? It will come as a negative. In the similar way, you are applied for EDR tool, like example CrowdStrike, or maybe Microsoft Defender, or maybe Sophos EDR. So you are explaining SOC roles and responsibilities. Okay, in that scenario, so whether will they take you? No, they are looking dedicatedly EDR person. How they will take you same tool person? So that's why whenever what type of role you are applying, and so according to that one only how to explain the roles and responsibilities. In that roles and responsibilities also, so how you are explaining. Okay, so your communication point of view, your courage and dare. Okay, so everything they will validate, even roles and responsibilities point of view as well, technical fit as well. Okay, so those three things they will validate in single roles and responsibilities. Technical fit, okay, skill is there or not. Second one is your communication skill, because sometimes you have to communicate with the different types of all the continents people. Okay, so that is second thing. And also in the team meetings, you have to speak. Whenever an instant will come, something is got compromised, you are able to explain in a situation how it is got compromised. What is the root cause analysis? And third one is dare. It will come with experience. Don't worry. So how much dare you are speaking? Okay, these are all the first. All these three things will validate in the first question itself. Second question, once again, from their technical point of view, all remaining technical. Second round, complete your personal development, personal skills, your authenticity, your honesty, your real or fake, your natural thing, your original or not. All those things they will check in the second round of the interview. Combination of with process oriented questions as well, whether you know the process or not to survive in this particular industry. So different companies, they will follow different types of processes. Okay, it's not a mandatory every company has to follow the same process. Maybe Wipro will follow their own then customized process, and TCS will follow their own process, and Infosys will follow they will follow their own process. So couple of questions related to process oriented with managerial based questions on the second round of the interview. Couple of things they'll touch even technical as well in the second round of the interview. First round is a very crucial round. If you are clearing the first round, almost you crack the interview. So second round is completely depending on how much smart and how much you are real, how much your honesty, your identity, authenticity. Okay, and couple of process oriented questions and even pressurized questions as well. Okay. Yeah. So some of the interviews, they will take 3 or 4 rounds also. So because your package is very high, they will take couple of interviews, couple of the rounds of the interviews. Anyway, so that is about interview process point of view. As I said, so this correlation rule is a compulsory interview. Back actually, correlation rules will be created by implementation team, not even L3. Correlation rules will be created by more than implementation team, but still, in the interview point of view, they'll expect, do you know how to create correlation rule? So why? Because they should aware of whether you know logical thinking and do you know attacks or not. Okay. So, but still, even you are putting 1 year experience, 2 year experience, 3 years experience, it's a compulsory interview question. Do you know how to create a correlation rule? So in the today, I will upload couple of correlation rules in our Google Drive. Please go and visit those correlation rules. So there also we will use almost similar to like this one only. Logic is very important. So if I want to say this one in the product development and application development and mobile development, if they are going for the interview, they will ask couple of questions related to product development and application development. So they will ask like, do you know how to create one of the logic for odd numbers, even numbers, Fibonacci series, prime numbers? Okay, so in such a way, how they are asking the logic, same way for us also, for any attack, do you know how to create a logic? That logic is called correlation rule or use case. Okay. For every attack, we have to define that use case or correlation rule. As I said, by default, all these will be there. They'll ask customized correlation rule. So what is mean by default and what is meant by customized? I'll explain the evening class. So next topic is correlation rules only. Correlation. Yeah, I'll explain evening. So that's all for today, guys. So we have a couple of other definitions like a threat hunting, forensic investigation, SOAR capability. What is meant by SOAR? Okay. Next one, what is EDR? You know already. What is NDR, XDR, MDR? So network detection and response, manager detection response, extended detection response. Okay. Next one, SOAR. Next one, threat hunting, threat intelligence feeds integration. Yeah. So if you are completing this one, then we can go to architectures. SM tool architecture. So I can provide around maybe 6 to 7 architectures. So that is also one of the favorite interview question. Splunk architecture, IBM QRadar architecture, logarithm architecture, McAfee architecture, and so on. So any questions you have? So as I said, when the cybersecurity started, I think 3 days back, that day onwards, whatever discussions we are discussing, each and every topic is interview question, starting with the cybersecurity, SOC, SIEM tool, L1, L2, L3. Okay, so everything is interview question, guys. Yeah, any questions? Okay, thank you so much. Evening will continue at 6:30. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.